If you're having suicidal thoughts or feelings or feel like you have no hope, please call 988. There, you can talk to someone who not only cares about your story, but cares about you. Please reach out today. Thomas P. Murphy once said, "Minutes are worth more than money. Spend them wisely." At Minutes Wisely, we take that to heart. Our mission is to decrease veteran suicide by providing life-changing experiences for veterans, first responders, and Gold Star families. We believe that we can make a lasting impact by rekindling a sense of purpose and fostering community through sponsored tickets to sporting events. These experiences are not just about the game, they're about the moments that can change lives. A simple sporting event can boost joy and instill a sense of renewed hope and purpose for those who have served. Join us in making a difference. Become a moment maker and empower a veteran with rediscovered hope. Visit minuteswisely.com for more information and to get involved. Together, we can make every moment count.
Good evening, gents.
Hi.
Welcome back to another episode of TSP. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Bryce Morrison. Welcome, sir.
Pleased to be here.
Excellent. So a lot has changed in my life since the last time we hit the record button.
Yes, it has.
I've been going through some things. I found out Monday that I have cancer. It's
oh, no.
Yeah, prostate cancer. After talking to a couple different doctors, I have elected to take the surgery route the end of April, but I don't plan on stopping what I'm doing here. So we're going to keep going with the podcast.
Nor should you, man. Nor should you.
And also, the nonprofit that I founded is definitely going to keep going forward. Have a meeting tomorrow with some of the people. And I just want to make it perfectly clear while I'm down and out that the show must go on. So I have good
damn straight
prognosis. The doctor told me I have if I do surgery at my age and where this cancer is at. Now this is providing it hasn't moved yet. I haven't gone for my PET scan yet. So providing it hasn't moved, I have a 97% chance survival, so I'll take those odds, 97 to 3.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'll take that all day long. It's just going to be a bummer every year, I'll be down after the surgery for about a month, and then the healing process takes about a year.
Hey, Fleek, dude, by the comments that I've seen, you have a huge support system, especially your co-host right here. You've gotten calls. And I'm praying for you. I mean, my brother, my family all has cancer in our family, and I have high hopes for you, man. I really do.
Yeah,
you got it. You got this.
It will go down. And so a few people ask me like, why am I so public with this? Because I put it on social media and everything. So my thing is, if I can put my troubles out there. I mean, this is what the whole point of the show is, right? To
anybody can.
You put your life out there. People learn from it. People grow from it. And if I could change one man's life, and they think, oh shit, I should probably go to the doctors and go get my PSA checked, and I save a life by simply talking. Like, isn't it worth it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, as a matter of fact, because I was so open about it, I literally got a text message today from an old neighbor. And he said, "Oh my God, I can't believe you just posted that. My doctor just sent me, he just requested I go see a urologist. So I'm just starting the process." So he hasn't even done anything. He doesn't know anything yet. He just knows that he has to take the next step. So, and I told him, like, if you have any questions, please reach out and ask me, because I have done all the stuff that you're about to do. I'm all the way, because this has been like a 6-month process, It started with a PSA test, and then it went to a urologist where he checked my prostate, and then he sent me to a MRI, had my MRI. And mind you, I was in denial the whole time. I was convinced I did not have cancer. So yeah, I went for my MRI. The MRI came back with 2 lesions on my prostate. And so I asked the doctor, well, is there a chance that this cannot be cancer? He said, yes, absolutely. So again, I was like still in denial, like this is not cancer, just something happened in my life where these marks came from. So the next step was a biopsy. So I went through my biopsy and I was certain this is going to come back negative, right? And the biopsy, like I won't, I'll spare you guys of what a prostate biopsy is, but this past Monday, I went to the urologist to get my reading on my biopsy, and he said, yes, you have cancer. And literally, I was like taken aback. So my denial of 6 months came crashing
I'm
to a
actually
halt.
kind of glad you skipped the whole process of the prostate check, because
It's rough.
I myself have had one, and it's we don't want to talk about this on the air because it's not pleasant at all.
Yeah.
But Fleek, hey, yeah. I know I speak for a lot of people that know you, and we got your back. I do too. I've got cancer in my family, and I get a colonoscopy every 5 years because I'm high risk. My brother, he wasn't so lucky, but they caught it really, really late. Like he did not go into the doctor, and I don't blame my brother, but he should have gotten checked earlier. And the earlier you can check, the more prevention you can have. And you did just like you're supposed to, and that's awesome.
It's very important that you go for your yearly annual checkup, right?
We're getting to that age.
They have a baseline of your numbers, and if it moves, then they can adjust, right? They can make moves. But yes, I actually told my neighbor who was going through this. He just started the process. I told him that getting old isn't for sissies.
No, it's not.
True story.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I'm very upbeat about it. It's gonna be all good. And so, Andrew, did you have any announcements today?
I actually do. And I mean, Fleek, like I said, I got your back. I got your 6 throughout this entire thing. But on a lighter note, I'm the Ton Tavern commander for Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We are doing some really cool things. I can't really talk about it because I signed an NDA on Tuesday, but come April, there's going to be some big things on the move for Ton Tavern. For me personally, I want to share this with everybody. That Ton Tavern is where the US Navy and the United States Marine Corps were birthed. Okay, John Adams penned what the United States Navy was going to be on the 2nd floor, October 13, 1775. Thank you, John Adams, for your hard work, because I love the Navy, and I know these 2 guys love the Navy too. But I just pledged for this building to be rebuilt. Now, my first pledge was $12,000 over 3 years. Now, I actually just talked to the pledge master in Idaho, and I told her that I'm going to give the Ton Tavern $250 for the rest of my life until the day I die. Now, I figure that I'm probably going to die at 88, maybe 82.
That's very
I don't
specific.
know. Well, Google says, I asked Google when you could ask Google, when you're going to die, and it said 62. And I was like, well, now I've lost all this weight, and I feel kind of good. I'm like, I probably added 10 years to my life. So maybe 72, maybe 82. That's going to be $127,000 on my deathbed that I paid out to the Ton Tavern. So I'm talking to them about having a scholarship in my dad's name, who was a lieutenant commander in the Navy, or maybe one in Minutes Wisely or TSP The Scuttlebutt, have a scholarship for TSP in Philadelphia at the Ton Tavern. I don't know. We're working this out. I don't know. I have to tell Fleek, because I just actually came up with that idea 2 seconds ago. So Fleek, if I have your blessing, I don't know. We can talk about it. But yeah, I really believe in the Ton Tavern, and I pledged for the rest of my life. And the woman who I spoke to, she's like, I don't think anybody's ever done that before. I've never, she's been in fundraising for 15 years, and she had never heard of anyone pledging for the rest of their life. I was like, hey, here's my credit card. Actually, here's my numbers, because the credit card is already on file with you guys. She's got to just do it for the numbers to help out with the bank, so we can try to get a loan to have this building built by November 10th. So November 10th, groundbreaking already happened. We were definitely going to have the bar by November 10th. And I know I will have a 16-ounce and a 32-ounce copper mug with my name on it, and a plank owner. And there are going to be a lot of highfalutin generals, 3 stars, 2 stars, commandants. I think Commandant Eric Smith, I think he will be there with bells on. We're having a joint birthday with the Navy. So 2nd Ave, 2nd and 19th in Philadelphia, Old Historic District, will be inundated with both Marines and sailors and Freemasons. So it's going to be a huge party. So you are all invited. If you are Navy,
you should ask them if we could set up a table and just interview all the veteran, the military.
I think I'm going to be able to do that, please. So I think we're going to be able to have a table. Hint, hint, wink, wink. So
yes.
Hey, listen, Fleek. Right now, I'll get you. Dude. I'll get you your flight to Philly, and we already got a place to stay. That's already good to go. Speaking of that, Fleek, what about don't we have to talk about what you got going on for 2 lucky veterans, and what I got going on, what we have going on for your fishing trip and my thing?
So what I think I'm going to do is postpone mine until the fall, because I don't think I'll be able to do fundraising this spring.
Okay.
With everything that's going on. So right now, sending veterans to events are on hold right now, but all the fundraising is still going forward, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, with your blessing, I still want to do my dive thing in June. Is that okay?
Yeah. Do you have a guest?
I have one guy that I've selected, but I need another one. I need a veteran who wants to learn how to scuba dive. I'm going to put them up at a very nice hotel. It is the Panama City Bayside Blue Green Vacations Resort and Spa for 3 days. Everything's included, meals. If you have to drive there, I will pay for your gas to the event and from the event. But the meals are covered, the hotel is covered, the diving is covered. So if you've never dived before, you will go through a very basic scuba course. It's covered by me and Minutes Wisely. And so it will take you to the St. Andrews Park, and you'll learn how to do basic scuba diving with a mask, with regulator, with the tank, with everything, with the BCD, everything. Myself, if you have dove before, then we're going to go on some dives. Okay, they've got they've got 15 dives in that area. They've got a brand new one that the deepest point is like 134 feet. It's a 3-hour dive. I want to do it. I'm in better shape, so I think I can. Or we could do like the easy ones. They've got a lot of wrecks. So I've got one guy already picked for this, but I need another veteran. So if you want to go, go on to the Minutes Wisely and somehow contact me or contact Fleek, and we will go through.
Yeah.
If you want to do it, like tell us why you want to dive, and we'll pick the best one.
Yes. So you can find us at minuteswisely.com or Facebook /Minutes Wisely. There's plenty of ways. Actually, if you just go to the website, all of our contact information is right there.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know, because I'm psyched about this. I'm a rescue diver and advanced open water. I love diving. So if you guys want to do it, I love.
Is there any good muff? Is there any good muff diving down there?
There is some great, well, in the 90s, when
In
I
the
was in
90s.
college, there was great muff diving because there were two clubs in Panama City that I used to go to. La Vela and Spinnakers did a lot of drugs, and
No
it was
way.
awesome. A lot of, yeah, it was great. It was
It was a
fantastic. In the 90s, it was awesome.
a target-rich environment.
It's a target-rich environment for muff diving. But that was back in the 90s. Now I'm not into that kind of stuff because I'm married. But yeah, we still
They don't have, let's be honest, they don't have muffs like they used to back in the day.
They've changed. They've changed a little bit. They have.
They come with a lot more attachments.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
yes.
swear, if I could tell you that story, man, but I can't. I can't tell you that story. No, I would get a lot of people angry at me for telling you this story, but I have a great story about that, but I'm not gonna do it now. It's kind of gross, and yeah, I don't.
For another show, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of X-rated, so I don't think people want to hear about that.
All right. Well, since we've been yammering for 16
minutes,
would you like to introduce
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Mr. Morrison?
Bryce, I'm just meeting you for the first time, so
Yep.
welcome. But I want to introduce, I want you to introduce yourself to 43 countries and 618 cities in America. Who are you?
No, I'm gonna look that up while he's talking.
And maybe it's even more. I don't know. It could be more. Bryce,
Yeah,
who are you?
Bryce Morrison. I served in the Navy from 91 to 03.
Hayat!
Yeah, and I started out as a gas turbine electrician, and when I transferred to shore duty, I took a billet as a substance abuse counselor.
Nice.
And I loved every minute of it. I was medically discharged in 03. I had some knee issues, and the docs said I couldn't go back out to sea, and the Navy said, you can't be a sailor and not go to sea. You're out of here. I fought for about 3 years to try to stay in. I tried to cross rate. I tried everything, and they wouldn't let me stay. So I was in I forget what they call it, but the billet was too important. And I was like, all right, but I can't cross rate. Anyway, I left in 03, and I was lost. And so it's been a long journey from 03 to here. It's a lot different today.
Well, okay. Where are you from? I mean, originally.
I was military born and raised. So my father was career Navy as well. I was born in Meridian, Mississippi.
Nice.
I don't know anything about it. I was a baby when
I don't know
left.
Meridian.
So Kingsville, Texas was the next stop. I spent 6-7 years there, and then went up to Corpus Christi, Texas, Flower Bluff. And then finally, 7th grade, we went up to Great Mistakes. My father, he had already retired, but he was working civil service up there. And so I went to high school in Waukegan, Illinois. The last part of junior high and high school, I was in Waukegan, Illinois. Wow. And then I joined the Navy and went all over the world then.
What
is
sorry,
where's Kingsville at? Is that the one that's right by South Padre Island?
Yeah, so Kingsville is just south of Corpus. It's not far at all, but it's very small. I loved it. It was very Texas, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hook 'em horns. Okay. Well, that's cool, Bryce. That's awesome. So okay, military family. That's my wife. She's an Air Force brat. That's really interesting. What was your first MOS when you got out of Great Mistakes?
So I actually, I for whatever reason ended up staying there for a very long time. There were some issues with I had to wait for schools and things like that. So I was push button, what they call a push button. So I had a lot of schools lined up, but there were some periods of time in between. So I did a lot of work at Great Lakes, working for the brass. And so I did silly jobs there. I even did a stint when I was doing the plumbing for a lot of the buildings there, all kinds of weird stuff. So I was there for several years. And then finally I was transferred to the USS San Jacinto in 94. And that was my first.
What kind of ship? Yeah, exactly. What kind of ship is that? Aegis
Cruiser, CG-56. We're known for having launched the very first Tomahawk in Desert Storm.
No way.
Yeah, just retired though. It's gone. Yeah, finally.
And were you aboard? I mean,
I was not. I came a little bit later.
Okay. Dang.
But we did babysit Saddam quite a few times, and we did a whole lot over there. But by the time I got there, that first Tomahawk had already gone.
You obviously you're a shellback.
Afraid I never made it.
Ah!
5 years on board, never got it.
Whoa, Fleek, you're the senior one, so you gotta administer the punishment, man.
Yeah, fucking pollywogs, man.
Fucking pollywogs. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
I spent so much time over in the Red Sea. I didn't get a whole lot of other. I had a 6-month cruise where I spent 9 visits in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and it wasn't the Dubai that it is today.
It was the desert. I mean, basically back then it was the desert. Yeah. It was like nothing. Because I've been to Dubai twice, and it blew my mind. Dubai was
a couple of interesting things. There was
this
beautiful, I think it was a Hyatt that had a movie theater, an ice skating rink, a mall. It was awesome. And I went to a reggae concert there. Every guy who was performing in this reggae concert was white. But it was interesting though. It was funny.
Wow. Did you go? Did they have the ski Dubai? Ski Dubai there?
None of that. There was one other cool place though. There was I can't remember exactly what they called it, but it was something along the lines of Little Ireland.
Oh, the Irish Village. That was there?
That was there. We had fun there.
I did a lot of drinking in the Irish Village, and there were Russian whore houses everywhere. It was
you
awesome.
didn't do
nothing about that part of it.
You didn't do no muff diving while you were there, did
you?
No,
I did not. I was I was married at the time, so I was good. I was a good boy. Nice. No, what's up, dude? Fleek, what's up with you in the muff diving? That's like a new thing.
Yeah.
It's the theme of this episode, I guess.
It's the theme, the muff diving episode.
I don't know if I want to be tied to the muff diving.
No, I think you should. I think it brings out your qualities, man. It does.
Yeah. I don't know that my wife would agree with that one, but
how long you been married?
I have been married 3 times now, so that's a trick question. But yeah, Carla and I have been together for.
He's definitely a veteran.
Yeah.
Well,
bad credit.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got bad credit.
214 and a divorce. That definitely makes you a veteran.
Yeah, my first marriage, I came home from that 6-month cruise where I was in Dubai every couple of days. I came home to her living with her boyfriend. And the nanny taking care of the kids. So I took custody of the kids and never looked back.
You definitely got jodied.
You got jodied, man.
Yeah. Well, but he wasn't even military or anything. He was a redneck. And anyway, it was interesting.
Bryce, I'm sorry that you had to deal with that, man.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Everything is an advancement. And I look at life that way. I was going to say earlier when you were talking about you were in denial. Yeah. I don't think you were in denial. I think you were always focused on the positive, and I hope you continue to stay focused on the positive because you're going to get through this and you're going to gain a little bit of knowledge to help others, and there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yes.
Yeah, Fleek, hey, I completely concur with Bryce. I mean, I just found out that I've got a lot of haters, and they talk shit about me all the time.
I'll be one of them. No, I'm kidding.
No, that's okay. And then for shit I did after I got out of the Marine Corps, I just want to put this out there. Yeah, I fucking did it. Okay, but you know what? I can still carry a gun And you know what? I'm still helping to save lives with Fleek over here. So all you shit talkers out there can kiss my butt. Thank you very much. That's right. You know, I had lunch with one of my good friends today, and he told me he was at a meeting, and I'm not going to tell you which one, but they were like, "Oh yeah, did you know this guy? Like, he's a convicted fellow." I'm like, one, I was not convicted. Only 5 years of probation and 100 hours of community service, and I did it. And NCIC, check me out, okay? I've already checked myself out on NCIC. I'm good to go. So all my haters, look me up. I don't care. I hope that you see. Sorry, Fleek. I'm sorry, Bryce. I just had to get that off my chest.
Sometimes you gotta let shit go, man.
Dude, that just happened today. I'm letting it go after I talked about it. It's gone. Done. Yeah. Sorry, Bryce. Continue on your wonderful life story, sir.
No worries, man. No worries. I've got my haters out there too. You know,
why? You seem like a really, really nice dude, man.
Yeah, but you know, people share the story that they want to share. And some people pick up on that and they never look back. They never ask whether or not there's truth in that story.
Yeah.
And I've got a couple of those out there. You know, so my second marriage ended with me leaving her. And it was, from all outside appearances, I was a dirtbag. I was that normal, what is it? The midlife crisis. That was from the outside. That was what it looked like. Now, the truth of it is I was walking with a friend shortly before this happened. And she said to me, you know, what are you going to do when the kids are grown? And I said, I'm not staying. And she said, then why are you staying now? They see it. And I was like, you know what? You're right. And I had a bad experience while I was gone for a little bit. And I was like, I'm just done with this. And I decided that it was right for me to step away. And the worst part was when my daughter saw us fighting. And I was like, my little baby girl saw us fighting and was crying and asking her mom to stop. And I was like, this isn't healthy for anybody.
No.
So I left. But from the outside, I've got family members right now who won't talk to me. They think that I had a midlife crisis and bailed and took up with a girl half my age. And that's the only story they know. They don't know any of the rest of it.
Right. No. You know, people, they don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm with
Bryce,
you. There's haters.
People love to read the headlines and just leave it at that.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. So Bryce, I mean, you look, you had a good career in the Navy, as you know, you had to get out because of medical, which that sucks. I'm sorry, but you know, it happens. What are you doing now?
You know, when I first got out, I couldn't figure out what I was going to do, what I wanted to do. I finally landed on doing a little bit of retail, which I had done before I was even in the military. And I worked my way up. I don't know if anybody remembers, but this little company called Radio Shack.
I miss my Radio Shack
store in Jacksonville. So I had my own store in Jacksonville.
Florida?
And what's that?
Jacksonville, Florida or North Carolina?
Yeah, Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah.
Dude, wait, when?
In 04.
Oh, no. No.
04,
sorry, I lived in Jacksonville. So that's weird. That's a weird coincidence.
Yeah, over near Arlington area.
I used to work at the, oh my God, it was on Arlington Expressway. Yep. It was a restaurant. Right after I got out, I worked there. But I lived on Laura and 5th downtown for about a year and a half.
So I started out in Ponte Vedra as assistant manager. I was assistant manager there, and then when they were willing to give me my own store, I took the one over near my house. I was walking distance, really. From my
that's
house.
awesome.
And it was I firmly believe that the GM or the regional manager, whatever they called him, area manager, I think.
Yeah.
I think that he gave me that store because he was like, well, he's been here long enough. I'm going to give him a store, and this one's going to fail anyway, and we'll get rid of him. But that store was so ridiculously underutilized. I ended up 5 out of the 6 months I was there, I was manager of the month. We broke records. We changed everything. We had a blast.
Damn.
And Best Buy, literally, I went over to Best Buy and met with the GM in the middle of the night, literally, so that nobody knew. And right before Black Friday, Best Buy bought me away. I was only a manager for 6 months before Best Buy bought me away. And the best part about it is Radio Shack was, I got out just at the right time. So
Hell yeah.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
It was fun. I guess really it was more like around 06 that I was at Radio Shack. Okay. Maybe 05, 06. Because 07 is when I was really hot over at Best Buy.
Hey, 07, I was on the USS Kearsarge, getting hazed by you shipmates. Thank you very much for that, by the way. Hey, I can't do yoga without it hurting because of all the stuff we had to do on the flight deck.
Big baby.
Dude, that shit hurt, man.
I thought you were a Marine, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Well, because of that, I've got a degenerative disc here and here.
I got one too.
Oh, do you? Okay. Wait. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. The Degenerative Disc Club.
Yeah.
We are the old timers now, Fleek.
Yep. So after that, I ended up floating around. I loved retail. I did well, retail management, but I looked above me at Best Buy and I couldn't. The sales manager was making less money per hour than I was. They hired me at such a high hourly rate and gave me bonus on top of that as a supervisor. I was making bank. And the sales manager said, you can try to get promoted, but you're going to work more hours. And I had a family, I had kids. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to use my GI Bill. So I enrolled at SIU, Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, dropped everything, moved up to Southern Illinois and hung out there for several years and founded a tech company while I was at school for marketing and psychology.
Nice.
And then I was chasing that for a few years. And then my father passed away and I was like, it's not excelling up here because I wasn't in Silicon Valley for a tech company. I was in the Midwest. I got some investment, some pretty good investment, but for the Midwest, not for Silicon Valley. So I couldn't compete. And when my father passed away, that left my mom down here in Florida all alone. I dropped everything and moved down here to be with my mom. So that left me down here. And about the same time, I was running into some very, very serious physical challenges and even ended up hospitalized for a period of time. I didn't know how to move. I stopped moving because that background of substance abuse counselor and everything, I don't really like drugs at all. And so I didn't take any of the cortisone shots. I don't do opioids, none of that stuff, but yet I'm always in pain. I'm a chronic pain patient.
Are you a LCSW?
I don't know what that is.
Licensed social worker or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No, when I got out, the substance abuse counselor, NDACS is the #1 drug and alcohol counselor school in the world, Navy drug and alcohol counselor school. It's amazing. And I grew as an individual just by being there. My sales skyrocketed because of it, because now my EQ is through the roof. But that's the thing. There's no money in it. None. Zero. I would love to give back. I like substance abuse counseling, but there is one thing I don't like about it: the other counselors. 98% of the other counselors have their own background, their own issues. And they decide that they want to fix everyone, including you, as another counselor. And I'm like, I don't have the issues you have. Leave me alone. It wasn't a comfortable fit.
I know. I totally get you, Bryce. I'm a drunk, so I'm 6 years sober. So, and I'm a peer certified resource specialist.
Nice.
So I can help the alcoholics. I have no idea what it's like to be hooked on meth or hooked on cocaine or anything like that. So I can't fix everyone. If people come up to me and they want help, overcoming alcohol, I can definitely help them with that. When it comes to other stuff, I can't get in that mindset. I don't know what that mentality is like, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's just the industry has a lot of. It's a great beneficial industry, and to be in it, you tend to be a little bit more broken as an individual, and I wasn't prepared to stay in there, especially with my family. I'm just too positive, and I needed to get out of that, or I needed to be more positive, I guess I should say.
Yeah,
I use positivity as a defense.
Positivity is a good thing.
Did you create your own website?
Yeah, so fast forward a little bit more, and I realized once I finally got healthy again, or a little bit more healthy again, and started moving again, I realized that the real challenge that I had ever since I left the Navy was that I was missing chaos. And I struggled every day from 03 until I finally realized that every time I went on vacation, or every time I dropped things and went on a road trip, or just went away for the weekend, that's when I reset. That's when I was able to feel a little bit better. So I bought a travel agency, and we ran a travel agency, and I had a 10-fold increase scheduled for the year that COVID shut us down. And we dropped everything and moved into an RV, and we were going to travel the country and sell travel. And we came back from 2 back-to-back cruises, and the world was shut down and our business was gone. So since then, I've done a couple of other things, and now I've landed on I help other businesses, particularly utilizing tech tools. I did a short stint where I was running a real estate brokerage, and that's where I really got in touch with AI. One of my agents was from Bosnia, and she had been here for over 20 years and still struggled with the language barrier, in particular in writing. So I utilized ChatGPT to build her a custom bot to help her with her listings and social media. And from there, it became a business. And so now that's what I do. I actually run a mastermind weekly where I teach small business owners and freelancers how to grow their business utilizing tech tools that are available out there. Some of them, a lot of them free. And I also supply them with a lot of tech tools. So that's what I do today.
Wow.
Along with a couple of other things, but that's the big one.
Cool. So,
is that you? What? Digital creator, speaker, trainer. Sorry, I'm looking you up on Facebook.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
Are you? Do you have a beard and a? Yep, there you are. Is that you? That's you, right?
I can't see it, but I'm sure it's me.
All we see is a glowing light.
Is there a dog with glasses?
Yeah. Brew Crew.
Brew Crew. Yeah. Okay, that's you. I'm adding you as a friend as we speak, because I've got a lot of business guys that might want to. Well, actually, Fleek and I have a lot of business people that you might want to get acquainted with.
Yeah, and I give until it hurts. So even if they just need some help figuring some stuff out and going in the right direction, I'm happy to help.
Dude, grow the beard back, man. That shit's no,
My wife likes it shorter.
That beard looks good.
I know. My wife likes it shorter though.
Really? So. Okay. Well, hey, listen. You
gotta do what the wife likes.
Exactly. Commander, she calls the shots.
Yep. But yeah, I'm having fun with that now. I'm semi-retired. You know, ultimately what I end up doing is I find people who are trying to make some extra cash, and I do anything and everything I can to help them. Because I've got enough background, enough experience to know what it takes. And I've been around enough people and leadership, and I've got a lot to give. So.
Very commendable on your part, Bryce.
Thank you. I mean, I charge for some of it, but I do a lot more giving than I do charging these days. So
yeah, it seems like that's going around between the three of us in this round table right now. More giving, less receiving. Right, Fleek?
Correct, sir. Aye. Hey, by the way, I just looked up our how many countries and cities we're in.
What we got? Where are we at now?
We broke the 50 mark.
No, we did not.
Nice.
50 countries, 656 cities across the globe.
No way. Oh my God.
Very cool.
Dude, you gotta send me that. You gotta send me that link, man. I gotta promote that. Well, at least show it to my mom, because I think she'd be proud.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, so Bryce, are you still in Florida?
Yeah. So I lived in Central Florida up until a little over a year ago, and an opportunity came up to work with this real estate brokerage. I had some background working with real estate, and we were in a position where we thought we were going to purchase the brokerage. So I dropped everything and moved down here to Fort Myers, Florida.
Fort Misery.
I love it. It's a little older crowd, but it's laid back and slower, and I don't have to deal with the traffic on I-4 anymore.
Dude, do me a favor. Go down to Naples. Go to Patty Murphy's if it's still there, or 3rd Ave, because that's where I got recruited, was in Naples, Florida in 2004.
Find his recruiter and beat him up.
Dude, Staff Sergeant, that guy promised me like, oh, yeah, go infantry. It's like camping with guns. You'll have fun.
Sounds plausible,
man. No, the recruiting office. It's on Pine Ridge Road in Naples, Florida. So if you want to go see them, go talk to them. Wow, dude, I got a Marine that I served with. He lives. He's a dentist in Fort Myers.
Oh, nice.
I'll get you his name, and I will. I can't recall it right now, but in about 10, maybe 20 minutes after we get off, I will remember his name. And then I will send it to you via email.
Yeah, definitely.
If you ever need any dentist
make some connections down here. I was sick for several months up until very, very recently. I couldn't stop coughing. They're still working on what's going on, but it kept me from being as social as I'd like to be. We're just now starting to go out again.
Okay, good. When Naples was my backyard, man. I after college, because where in Central Florida did you move from?
Well, I say Central Florida because even within Central Florida, I floated around. I lived in Celebration. I lived in Orlando itself. I lived in Winter Park. I lived in Claremont. So I lived all through there.
Do you know
Winter Park then?
Do you know where Rollins College is?
Yeah, I lived walking distance to it. I lived behind Park Avenue, a block from Park Avenue.
I went to Rollins. I spent 5 years in college.
That's awesome.
Class of 2001. I was a teak, 1000 Holt Avenue. That's if you see Pugsley Hall, if you go through the gate or the whatever that thing is they built, and you go to that big building that you take a right off of 1792, and you go right on to Holt, and you see this big building called Pugsley Hall. That's my fraternity house.
Nice. Have you ever heard of 1 Million Cups?
Of course, yes, I have.
Yeah, so 1 Million Cups was actually held at Rollins College.
Yes.
That local chapter. I've been there many, many times.
Oh my. Well, I started in 96. Partied my brains out for 5 years. I was in a fraternity. I was on the rowing team. Lake Maitland, UT Bradley Boathouse. Actually, I'll be there March 1st. If you want to hook up, I'm going to go see my Rollins rowing team at the TARS Regatta on March 1st on Saturday.
I wish I could, but that's a 3-hour drive from here now.
Hey, come on, man. Hey, listen, I'll come down to you
in the afternoon.
I'm old now.
Listen, how about this? When I get there, I'll go to the regatta. I haven't been to Naples in a very, very long time, and I'm there until the 5th. I can drive down to Fort Misery in Naples. I don't mind.
I got a spare bedroom.
Okay, good to go.
I'm
all right.
Serious. I do.
No, I'm serious too, because I haven't been to Naples. God, it's been like 10 years since I've been down to Naples.
Come on,
I haven't taken my wife yet, but I'll come down and see you. Yeah, of course.
And there's some awesome
we'll make a date. I'll take you out to dinner.
Here in Fort Myers that we just went to. It's awesome. They serve the food on the meats, the proteins on a 500-degree stone at your table.
Oh, dude,
freaking awesome.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And actually, you know what? I'll take you out to dinner, and it'll be on Minutes Wisely. I will give the receipt. I will give the receipt to Fleek, and he can pay me back.
Sounds awesome.
No,
hey,
hey, I'll get you a T-shirt from Naples that say, "I sucked the worm."
Yeah.
No, dude, that's really cool, man. I spent 10 years in Florida. That was a big part of my life was down there. I sort of remember a lot of it. A lot of it, I was in a kind of a alcoholic daze.
Yeah.
But I just, and actually our
now
honeymoon.
He's just in a daze.
And you were, my honeymoon was in Orlando and Vero Beach, because after Naples in the Marine Corps, I was in Naples. I was in Vero for 2 years on the other coast.
Yeah, I've been over there quite a bit too.
You should reach out that way. They're like
treasure.
They got I'll set you up with my realtor, John Albright. He's over there. He's looking for any help, and you could probably help him out. He's my fraternity brother, and he loves the Eagles. Go Eagles, by the way. Just kidding. I'm a Pats fan. Okay, I'm sorry. But John loves the Eagles, and he will hook you up, man.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay.
Hey, so I have a question for you, Bryce.
Shoot.
How did the hat become part of your life?
Oh, yeah, good question.
So I founded an organization. I co-founded, I should say, an organization called the Movers and Shakers Collective in Orlando. And when I was up there, and the Movers and Shakers Collective was the idea behind it. The premise behind it was a higher level networking. And the idea was several of us business owners got together, and we were sick of other people. Every time we would go to a networking event, they would just throw a business card and walk away.
Yeah.
And we said, we're done with that. We want to do a who first kind of networking, but not a referral kind of thing like BNI or whatever. So we still wanted happy hours and fun stuff. And when we first started it, that's what we did. We had happy hours all the time. And then it eventually morphed into more of an education. So we do a lot of masterminds. The Brew Crew masterminds that I do now are underneath the Movers and Shakers Collective. But all of that being said, around that same time, because I was largely the face of, and then also when we were coming out of COVID, I was running a tour in Winter Park, walking tour. I needed to make some extra money, so I did a wine walk in downtown Winter Park. I put the hat on and a Hawaiian shirt, and that became my brand. And it's pretty much just, and that's one of the things I teach about networking. You have to have a look.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many realtors have come up to me and they talk to me like we are best friends and we've known each other for a million years, and I don't know who they are, because they don't have a signature look. And it's just a matter of, if I meet a dozen people every day, I'm going to forget your face if your hair's not the same, if you're not wearing the same kind of clothing, if you're always different. So for me, my signature look is a hat and a Hawaiian shirt, or a Cuban style, something like that.
Okay, so you did this wine tour down Park Ave. I would assume you did Park Ave.
Yep.
Do you remember, now it's not there anymore, but do you remember the cigar shop? It was like 3 or 4 doors down. No, it was past the police station on the left-hand side if you're going down Park Ave. The cigar shop with the red Indian in front of it.
Yes. So it's moved.
Yeah.
It's not that it's not existent anymore. It's just not in Winter Park.
My buddy, Andy Exum, his father owned that place. I used to go there and study and drink sherry and smoke cigars while I was studying for my finals as a classical studies major. Like, Bryce, seriously, man, there's so many things I want to talk to you about. Yeah, dude, seriously. Yeah. Oh my God.
The funny thing is, that is exactly my lifestyle, who I I am. The cigar, the glass
briar patch,
bourbon or whatever. But because of physical challenges, I've never even taken a drag of a cigarette. I drink very, very sparingly. My wife actually works at she fell in love with retail because she finally figured out she was an extrovert hidden in socially awkward body. But once she found retail, she blossomed. So now she works at Total Wine and More. And all this wine for free.
I know where that is. Total, yeah.
And we never drink any of it. We give it all away because, we enjoy good craft cocktails and everything, but we don't drink very many of them. And we definitely don't drink at home. So it's just kind of weird. If you look at our profile, at our social media and everything, it looks like we're drunks. But it's the foodies and the persona and everything else. Yeah, it's funny because I am a substance abuse counselor, or was, but I'm also an advocate I'm pro legalization. I think that the war on drugs is one of the worst things we ever did.
Yeah, I agree.
But anyway, that's my.
No. I hear you. But we have 2 questions. Fleek, how are we on time? Are we okay?
We're at 53 minutes. You got 7 minutes.
Okay. All right. I got 2 questions. One, what's your favorite number? And never mind. Yeah, what's your favorite number?
1 through 10.
1 through 10. I got to go classic 7.
Oh my God.
It is a classic number too.
It is. Everybody. Okay. We'll do it just because I like him. And it's just like every guest we've had always picks 7. It's a good question. It's been answered like a million times, but I'm going to ask this question.
But we get a million different answers, so it's good.
We do. Number 7, the question: what advice would you give to someone facing a difficult situation or feeling unsure about their capabilities?
Always remember to fail forward.
Man, wow, that was short, concise, and to the point. Jocko, if you're listening, that was a pretty goddamn good answer.
Thank you.
Wow.
It's my mantra in life.
Wow.
It's countless.
Yeah, I mean, that's like up there with like the stoic quotes that I see on Instagram every single day. Which
the only true failure is when you stop.
That is, God, Fleek, that's cookbook material right there. That one right there, that is cookbook material. And Bryce, you're probably asking me, what do you mean by cookbook material? Oh, look at that. So Fleek.
Well, we're foodies, so.
well, hey,
I want a copy.
Fleek, hey, listen, get me a copy, and when I go down to Florida, I'm gonna give that to Bryce. Sign it for him. I'll pick it up at your house on my way to Florida because I am driving. I'm driving.
I can mail him one.
Okay, or that too.
So
mail him one. Yeah.
What I did with this a couple of years ago, I was trying to think of more ways to get the word of the podcast out, right? Because we had so many great guests. I'm like, man, people really need to hear these, man. And I also love to cook. So my two favorite things in life are, besides my family, obviously, cooking and talking to veterans. So I came up with this idea. How about I write a cookbook? And in the cookbook, I take quotes verbatim from the podcast and interject them throughout the cookbook. So if you see, you get a recipe and a quote right next to it.
Nice.
And I use the Descript. So I'd copy, so it's verbatim, right? So if there's a stutter, like there's a couple guys that stuttered because it was a pretty intense conversation. I wanted to capture that too, right? So you get the stutter and everything in the quote. It's pretty awesome.
Where are you located?
We're in
Middle Tennessee.
We're both.
Oh, you're in Tennessee as well.
We're both in Tennessee. Yes, sir.
Gotcha. After you make it through this period where you're down but not out,
yeah,
you're gonna have to come down to Florida and go on vacation, and I'll cook for you.
Hell yeah.
Well,
so it's funny because my dad lives down there. My dad lives in like the Cape Coral.
Yeah, that's
Cape Coral
area. Yeah.
I mean, I'm right. Cape Coral's my next door neighbor.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I want to utilize this, Fleek, for you and for me and maybe for Bryce and for 6 other people, but I just found out like I'm like I have some super points. Like I just found out like I'm diamond, which I think is a mistake. I think I'm
we already know. We heard your
VIP gold blue green guy, but Bryce, do you know where the Fountains is in Orlando?
I do.
Okay. That is one of my main hotels that is advertised with Blue Green Vacations. And I'm a timeshare owner with Blue Green. Nice. And I'm a gold VIP. My wife and I are gold VIPs. And what I want to, like, dude, it says diamond, but I think they're wrong because diamond is like top, like cream of the crop. Like if I was to really be diamond, I'd have to like shell out like $150,000. And I did not do that last week. Okay. I didn't shell out that kind of money. But what I want to do is I want to get like a lot of us, like maybe have a veteran meetup, like a movers and shakers at the presidential, like I can get a presidential suite at the Fountains, which by the way, is the entire top floor of one of those buildings. And I saw it. They gave us a tour when we did a review in Orlando. We didn't buy any points. And they kind of shuffled. We didn't buy points, so they shuffled us out the back. They're like, okay, well, you didn't buy any points. You're going out the back. And that's not at all Blue Green. That was just in Orlando. But like they did show us the presidential suite. And I want to get a lot of us, like maybe have a Minutes Wisely TSP thing at the Fountains or at any of these presidential suites of which I now belong to. Like this is my cheat sheet for the Blue Green. Like I do it fast so people can't see. But like, I mean, in October, I'm going to New Orleans for my wife's birthday. I got like a 3-bedroom presidential for a set amount of points, but it like fits like 10 people, and it's just me and my wife. Actually, we're taking 2 other couples, so it's like 8 people in this 3-bedroom presidential, and I can't wait. Like, I want to utilize this to bring some veterans together in like San Antonio. We got a big one, the Elian Resort and Spa, the Marquee in New Orleans, where we're going, Dennisport, Massachusetts, on the Cape. Like, I mean, Big Bear, like Big Bear in California. Like, we've got all these places we go to where we can invite our friends or veterans or whoever to have we can have meetups.
Well, when you do Orlando, you let me know. I've got all my business connections. My business partner is still up there running events up there under the Movers and Shakers Collective brand. We'll put it all together, and we'll make sure everybody has a great time.
Okay. Well, and that's where I'm staying, March 1st to the 5th. But one of those days, I'm staying at the Morrison's house in Fort Misery or Nipples.
Yeah, there you go.
Oop, I said Nipples. Oh, sorry. No, hey, I love Naples. I love the Gulf of, it's changed.
The Gulf of America.
It used to be called the Gulf of Mexico, but I guess now it's the Gulf of America. And
Google Maps already changed the name.
I know, right?
Yep.
Only in our lifetime would that happen. Isn't that amazing? And Fort Liberty is no longer called it. So
let's get back to Bragg.
Yeah, it's always been Bragg to me. I'm never gonna call it anything else.
When he started doing that, that's ridiculous. Do you guys remember when Obama had the great idea of taking the word man out of every rating?
When infantryman was a rite of passage. Now it was just infantry. Now I think it's back to infantryman again.
Well,
right?
he took every single rate away from the Navy because everything had man in it. Corps man, radio man, everything had man in it. So I was like, so was he going to take the word woman away too? Like, this makes no sense.
So with quartermaster, that's like a Navy thing, right? Quartermaster. So wouldn't we say quarter mistress? I mean, does that sound right?
Well, you can't
sounds kind of dirty.
Yeah.
The real estate community had this big thing where they couldn't say master bedroom anymore.
Oh, really?
Because of master.
Oh.
I would have doubled down. I would have used the hell out of that word.
Wow. Wow. That is something. Damn.
Yeah. We went through a crazy time.
Well, Bryce, do you have any, I mean, I know we asked you the question. Do you have any final saved rounds or words or anything for us?
We talked about it, the possibility of helping some people out. I will tell you this, my mastermind I do charge for it, but if there are any veterans that are in need of growing their business, I'd definitely like to have a conversation with them and see if we can't help them out.
Okay. Well, I've given you a Facebook request. I liked Movers and Shakers, which, by the way, I have to ask, where did you guys meet for that Movers and Shakers of Orlando?
All over. We surfed all different restaurants and bars. Some of them were owners that were within the Movers and Shakers Collective. Others were just places that we loved to go to.
Did you ever meet at Dexter's of Winter Park?
Oh, yeah. We've been there.
I used to work there when I was in college.
Yep.
$2 mimosas on Sundays.
Hell yeah.
And I remember I had 26 before my shift started. Yeah, I got sent home about 2 hours after my shift started. I was very drunk. Wow. Dude, I cannot wait to see you. I'm going to leave on the 31st. No, what is it? I'm going to leave on the 28th of February. And so I'm going to stay one night somewhere in O-Town. and then I'm going to check into the fountains on the 1st after the regatta, and then we'll.
Did you call it O-Town?
Huh? O-Town.
O-Town, yeah.
O-Town.
It's O-Town.
It's O-Town, baby.
Which,
by the way, listen, in '98, do you remember Sandstorm, Darude? You know, the techno song? I saw them downtown Orlando. Actually, I got my nipples pierced in Orlando. So
I will tell you this, don't go downtown now.
Dude, they got rid of Church Street. I'm so upset.
And it's
love
not really safe down there anymore.
Like Phineas Fogg's or like Scarlett O'Hara's.
Disney's there. It's the happiest place on earth. Come on now.
Not downtown Orlando. Technically, Disney's in Kissimmee.
I mean, Bryce, you remember when they had Nickel Beer Night at Scarlett O'Hara's?
Yep.
And they don't do that shit anymore. Like, oh my God. Ugh. Whatever. Hey, this is another conversation, but I'll let you know when I'm getting down there. I will send you an email. You can send me all your contact. But to everybody out there who's listening, thank you, Bryce. Thank you so much for having us, Fleek.
Follow along, hit subscribe, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Do it all. Do all those things.
And if you're a veteran and you want your story told and recorded for the rest of time, come here.
Call us. Let us know. Yeah. Drop us a
Bryce,
DM.
Thank you, man.
Had a blast.
Stick around for a second, Bryce, until we wrap this up. Peace out. Thanks for everybody to tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.
Namaste.